There are reports of heavy fighting at the Azovstal steel plant in the besieged port city of Mariupol. Ukrainian forces inside the plant say Russian soldiers have stormed the facility. That's something Russian officials have denied. Now, the reports come as a three-day ceasefire announced by Moscow is due to begin on Thursday to allow more civilian evacuations. Azovstal is the last stronghold of Ukraine's resistance in the city. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said a prolonged ceasefire is vital to bring more people to safety.
We hope to continue rescuing people from Azovstal, from Mariupol. There are still civilians left there, women, children. To save them, we need to continue the ceasefire. The Ukrainian side is ready to provide it. It takes time just to lift people out of those basements, out of those underground shelters.
Now, Russia denies reports that it is trying to storm the steel plant. Emmanuel Shaz is part of DW's team in Ukraine, and she has more now on those latest developments in Mariupol.
Exactly. Russia denied that its troop was storming the plant, but it's something that Ukrainian authorities have said overnight. So what we know is that there has been heavy shelling over the steel plant, over the Azovstal steel plant. What we also know is that there are still hundreds of civilians, along thousands of soldiers who are trapped in that steel plant. They haven't seen daylight for 2 months. Evacuations there are rendered very difficult because of the constant artillery fight, because of the constant shelling, which makes it for a lot of rebels to go through before civilians can be reached and evacuated. Yesterday, the United Nations said that 344 people had been successfully evacuated from the Mariupol area towards Zaporizhia, but hopes for more evacuations, of course, fade at a time of heavy fighting on Mariupol, as is the case as of right now.
That was DW's Emma Shaz reporting from Lviv. Now, meanwhile, Ukraine's armed forces are claiming victories in the eastern Kharkiv region after taking back several towns there. But airstrikes on the second largest city, Kharkiv, continue, and Moscow's offensive is taking its toll.
At an amusement park, rocked by missiles in Kharkiv, CCTV footage captured these shocking images. Ukrainian authorities say this was one of dozens of Russian airstrikes, an attempt to heighten the Kremlin's eastern offensive. As Ukrainian forces retake some villages in the Kharkiv region, scenes of destruction greet them. After spending 2 months under Russian control, residents are still in shock. We lived in the basement for 2 months. They wouldn't let us out. We were sitting in the basement. We didn't have anything to eat or drink. There was no water. We were getting dirty black water from the well and we drank it. To the west, in Lviv, a power plant was hit. Russian authorities have confirmed they are targeting infrastructure, including railway lines. They say the West is using them to send arms to Ukraine.
And for more, we can speak now to Ruth Diamond. She's a Russia analyst at the Department of War Studies at King's College London. Dr. Diamond, welcome to DW. Can we start with the battle for the last holdout in Mariupol, the Azovstal steel plant? Now, tactically, this battle is likely to be very different, isn't it, and difficult for Russian forces who are trying to dislodge the Ukrainian forces who know the site very well. How would you say is it likely to play out?
Well, it's very hard to tell, of course. Excuse me, but what we do know is that that a lot of this is taking place underground. That the plant has been reinforced over a long time, has been designed to withstand a siege, but clearly Russia is now committing to taking the plant. So. One has to assume that eventually it is most likely that they will be successful, but it's not going to be easy for them as far as we can tell.
Now, Russia is expected to escalate its attacks in the run-up to May 9th, which is obviously an important day in Russia, marking the Soviet Union's defeat of Nazi Germany. How important would you say is it for Russian forces to be able to declare some kind of victory in Ukraine? What means do you think that they will be willing to go to secure this victory?
Yes, I mean, clearly they do seem to be strongly committed to being able to declare some kind of victory on May the 9th. And it looks as if what they might do is declare Mariupol taken, which is perhaps one reason why we're seeing this attempt that we've just been talking about now. There are reports that Russian media figures are turning up in the city, that ground is being prepared to facilitate a victory parade. So that may be one place where they can attempt to declare victory. In a sense, it's quite it's easier for Putin than it would otherwise be, because he's really set the terms for this war. And so he can declare victory really when he feels like it. And given the control that the Kremlin has over Russian media, really it's pretty likely that if Putin says that some kind of victory has been achieved, that's what the Russian media are going to accept. So he can really set the terms for this, I think.
Do you think that we are going to see a declaration of all-out war from the Kremlin?
It's very difficult to call, because, of course, one thing that we've seen over the last few months is how the Kremlin can do the unexpected. But it's not necessarily something we might expect. There's no obvious benefit, I think, to an all-out declaration of war. We've seen an increase in fighting in certain areas, and it's possible that Belarus may now being used to put some pressure on Ukraine in the north. It's not totally clear what the advantage would be of a declaration of war on the 9th. And indeed, that could prove to be unpopular in Russia. So I think the Kremlin is going to have to be careful about that.
Dr. Ruth Diamond from King's College London, thank you so much.
Thank you.